going to do facts or nah, Penn State edition this time. You all get your comments ready in the comment section. We'll volley a couple of questions around here. Again, this is sponsored by the Rogue Shop. You make sure that you check in with them at rogueshop.com. Use code RAPPORT when you're making your purchase. But let's get into this facts or nah style right now. All right. So I will get it kicked off like this. So we're going to go facts or nah. Auburn wins the time of possession battle in this game. C-Dub, what are you feeling about that?
I'm going to have to go facts on that. But in order to do that, we have to lean heavily into the run game. We can't do what we've been doing the past week or so, especially last week. So I think we keep it at the very least even to give us a fair shot. We're not built to come from behind. So if Penn State has the ball a lot in this game, T. Frank, it's going to be a good Saturday for you guys. So in order for that not to happen, I'm going facts. Auburn wins the time of possession, but by a narrow margin.
Yeah, facts. Penn State's not a time of possession team. James Franklin has pivoted away from saying it doesn't matter because they've gotten run on a couple times and teams have played keep away, but they're not interested in keeping the ball for an extended period of time. They want to score points. So that's not a battle they're really all that interested in winning too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go facts on this one as well. I do think that Auburn is going to lean heavily into ball control this game. They're going to play keep away and try to just keep the ball out of the Penn State offense's hands. So I do think that the time of possession battle is something that we're going to win. A lot of that has to do with turnovers, of course, as already stated. So if we can not turn the ball over multiple times in the game, would be the first time this season that hasn't happened because we've had 2 turnovers in both of the first 2 games. If we can not do that, then we'll be in a position to do that because I do think we're going to lean heavily on our stable of running backs. Damari Austin has, popped up and been a breath of fresh air as a third back. Sean Jackson is probably going to be healthy and ready to play for this game. Robbie Ashford going to be out there running some zone read stuff. So, and we know about what the first 2 backs are going to be in Tank Bixby and Jarquez Hunter. So I do think the answer to this one is facts. Auburn wins the time of possession battle in this game.
All right, gentlemen, facts or nah? TJ Finley throws for over 200 yards in this game.
I'm going to go facts because you're just going to give up some yards. And this defense, I've been saying for a while that if you're running a zone coverage and there's 3 people in the zone and there's 3 receivers in the route, that's not zone anymore. That's man coverage. You have effectively made. I understand what you're doing, but it's man coverage, and it just takes one guy to break open. It hasn't happened for Penn State yet, but I think that this is going to be the game it does, and that would help Auburn be in the game late.
I think facts on this one as well. I think the first game he had an opportunity to do that. He just didn't play much in the second half of that game. This will be the game I think that TJ throws for over 200 yards, mostly because I think that Penn State's going to force him to. I think they're going to do their best to try to take the ball out of the hands of our running backs. And I think that TJ Finley's going to have more opportunities to do that. So I'm going to go facts to over 200 yards for Mr. Finley.
I'm going to go clean sweep and say facts here as well. What I look to see is Keesaw and Harsin dial up some easy throws to combat the pressure that Penn State brings. Mm-hmm. And we've seen them experiment with trying to get our running backs in open space to get them the ball. I think we see some of those opportunities, especially some of the quick, easy throws to get Finley going. I think some of those plays will help Finley settle down. Also can even lead to some big plays as well. I do think this is the game, especially if we win the time of possession. That means we're moving the ball on both sides, running and throwing. I think if we are doing that, that helps Finley a lot. So I'm going to go facts.
All right. I'm not going to put you on the spot and make you come up with a facts or not question here, T. Frank. But what we will do is go. What we will do is go to the comment section and get some of the ones that have been fan submitted. So we'll go to these and see what we've got here. Let's see. Let me go pick out a couple of them here. Daniel Mitchell says, facts or not, TJ Finley has more than 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in this game. What did you guys feel about that one? 2 TDs, no interceptions.
He says more.
More than 2. So 3 or more thrown touchdowns and no interceptions. What are you feeling?
I'm going to go nah here.
I was thinking, obviously, I'm not from the South. I haven't gotten to say this word before, but nah. Did I do it right? Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go no on this one. I'd be happy with him just throwing 1 in this game. If he gets multiple touchdowns thrown, then I think that we are in a position where Penn State's in trouble, honestly, because especially if he does it without throwing any interceptions, because I do expect for us, again, to lean heavily into the run game. So I'm expecting more of our productivity to come off of the run. I could see maybe a screen going for a second one, right? Like he throws a screen to somebody and then they just get loose. But I saw an interesting stat. Nathan King posted, I think, that Javarius Johnson is leading the nation in almost touchdowns this year. Like he's had multiple throws that have landed him within the 5-yard line at the end of it, but he hasn't actually scored yet. So I'm expecting another deep throw that almost gets there this year. So or this game. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go no on this one. If he's throwing the ball that much and with no interceptions and that many touchdowns, that's a long game for Penn State fans. This is an interesting one. Chris K jumps in and says, facts or not, Calzada throws more than 4 passes in this game.
If he throws more than 4 passes in this game, someone's injured.
That is exactly the answer I would go with.
So I'm going nah.
Yeah,
I don't want that to be the case.
Or somehow this is a blowout win, right? And even then, I think that Robbie's going to get the opportunity to get more snaps at the end of the game. And I don't see a blowout scenario, and I'm hoping no injury. So I'm going to go nah on this one.
I try to be prepared for every scenario, and I heard you talk about Calzada before I came on the show. Still don't know who that is, so nah.
Zach Calzada was the Texas A&M quarterback last year, and they transferred in. So yeah. All right, Philip Coleman with something I think that's a little more possible. TJ rushes for 50 yards in this one. Facts or nah?
Nah.
Yeah, I don't see it happening either. I'm going to go nah on this one just because TJ is pond water slow. Like, he's just not like the team speed for Penn State. If he rushes for 50 yards in this game, they were just giving him opportunities to run for no reason whatsoever. They were just like, we're going to run, 3 deep routes with man coverage on the back end, right? And we're going to leak the running back out. And so we've got nothing but green grass over here. And he's going to do that like 5 times in the game to pick up 10, 15 yards with nobody within 20 yards of him. I watched a guy from San Jose State close from 20 yards away, and TJ had a head start to get to the first down and him get chopped down after 7 yards.
Was that on the 2-minute drive?
It was, yes.
I think so.
Can I just? I know I'm.
No, wait a minute. It depends on. You're talking about the one where at the end of the half.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't during the one at the end of the half. This was actually in the third quarter. The 2-minute drive that you're talking about, he had 2 runs on that one. The first one, he slid just short of the first down. The second one, he actually picked up the first down on that one. But go on that.
That exchange was so frustrating to watch on film.
I agree.
Just as a guy who loves offense and loves quarterbacks, and watching the player be open in the read you got before the snap, and then to run into a zone coverage in a 2-minute drive and slide. What was that?
Yeah,
like, that was
I
very
thought he should have at least gotten to the first down marker instead of sliding. Like, I get the business decision there.
Yeah.
But him not getting the first down was super frustrating. Like, in the moment, I screamed at my television and I was like, what are you doing? It's like, you got to at least get the first down if you're going to go escape and do that. Now, he did go get it on the next that was so frustrating for me to watch that live.
I got the next one here.
Go
Lawrence
ahead.
Robinson, facts or nah, Auburn rushes for 200 yards against Penn State. Go ahead, T. I think you already got your answer already.
So I already gave TJ Finley 200 yards. So they're not getting 200 yards of both. So I'll say nah. But now I want to take my other answer back, because I do think they could get to 200, and that's like they'll have 75 yards passing and 212 yards rushing, because that's how they're going to play the game.
Right.
So I'm going to go nah, but this is because I was wrong earlier.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I mean, listen, it's live, so you have to kind of make those decisions in the moment. I'm actually going to say nah on this one and say we get close, because I expect at least 150 yards on the ground. I'm expecting Auburn to put up somewhere around 340 yards of total offense in this game, 350 yards of total offense in this game. So that's where I'm getting, possibly 200 and 150 combination there. So I'm going to say nah on the 200 yards rushing.
I'm gonna say nah, just because I would think Penn State is going to sell out this stop
100%.
this facet of our game. If we, with Penn State selling out to stop the run, still get the 200, I think it's going to be a long day for Penn State.
Yeah, I don't see a world in which they sell out against the run and we still rush for. If that's the case, again, we're talking about a blowout win. I just don't see a world in which they load the box and dare us to throw the ball and we still run for 200 yards.
Right.
That's a lot to ask a defense to give up. I mean, that means broken tackles. That means guys just taking wrong lanes and we're breaking long runs. And Penn State's defense has not been that bad against the run this year for that to be a thing where I think it's going to happen. So I'm going to go nah.
Rod May, facts or nah, Damari Alston runs for a TD. Damari Alston is our third string running back, by the way.
I'm going to say nah on this one. I don't know that he'll get enough touches. I mean, there's a scenario where it could happen. The only way I see Damari Alston having a feature opportunity in this and rushing for a touchdown is there's an injury to one of the first two. Again, or we're into this blowout scenario again where he's running the ball at the end of the game and we're up by 3 scores or something like that. So I'm going to go nah.
He's the guy he scooted through for a 35-yarder last week, right?
Him. That's him.
Yeah, he's a good back. Yeah.
No, he is. Yeah, I am very excited
That's our
about
freshman
the
running
prospects,
back.
of Damari Alston in the next couple of years in the Auburn jersey. But I do think the plan right now is to redshirt him. So I don't know that he's even going to get a lot of time in this game.
Agreed. Yeah, I think especially if you get in short yardage situation, we already got running backs to carry the ball. So I just don't see Damari Alston getting a lot of opportunity. He didn't get a whole lot in some of the easier games, so I don't expect him to have a bigger role in a
absent of an injury. Again, Damari Alston probably does not touch the field much, just because I do believe the plan is to redshirt him.
All right. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. Facts or not, Shedrick leads wide receivers in yards this weekend. I am going to go nah on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go nah as well, but go ahead, see my bad.
I'm going VAR on this one. I'm looking for us to potentially take the top off the defense. Javaris Johnson has been our best receiver to help with that. So I think he will be one of our, if not our leading receiver.
Yeah, I can see Shedrick having the most catches in this game. I don't know that he'll have the most yardage in this game because, again, what I expect to see out of, Manny Diaz is going to be heavy pressure. We're going to play, man coverage on the outside. Shedrick Jackson has gotten a lot better at running those intermediate routes and been a reliable pass catcher. Last year in the Penn State game, he had the most targets in that game, but they were running him on go routes and they were trying to make him take the top off receiver. I don't see that being his role this year. I think he's going to be the guy when they're challenging up front. They're just going to try to throw the quick slant to hands catch it, go get 4 or 5 yards type of guy. If they're going to be doing, if they're going to throw into the blitz, Shed's a guy that you want to be able to have him because he's a big body receiver. He's gotten much better at making those catches in traffic. So I think maybe the most catches, not the most yards. I'll have to go probably with someone on the slot like you, a Javarius Johnson or Dawson or even a Coy Moore playing in the slot as a big body slot guy maybe. But yeah. You have any thoughts? I don't know how much you even know about our receivers to even answer that question, T. Frank.
They haven't had a lot of work in the film I've been watching.
Factual. Factual.
I'd say that the guy running those routes you're talking about has been the target against the defense so far for Penn State, where Purdue was able to get some in cuts against zone coverage in the first game. So any in breaking route, they were able to get that in some timely third downs. And then Ohio slants and stuff like that were where they were getting some of their yardage. Or what happened was in that game in particular, Daquan Hardy, the slot receiver, gave up a couple outbreaking routes. So vertical routes aren't great here, but if you have the time to get those in-breaking routes 10 to 12 to 17 yards down the field, sometimes when Manny Diaz is playing that softer zone with the blitz behind it, you can find some of that. But, I mean, it took Aiden O'Connell throwing it before the receiver had even left the station to be able to get the ball there on time. And that sort of coordination is what's going to take, I think, to get that.
Good ones.
Facts or nah? Auburn running back catches 5 or more passes.
I think this is an easy facts. They're going to throw to the running back quite often in this game. Facts.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm going to have
facts.
to go with that as well. All right, good one here. Oh, here's one from Chris K. Facts or nah? Penn State gets the lead first in this game.
Oh, this is an interesting one because I think I want to go. How good is the Penn State field goal kicker? Not good. Oh, I'm going to go nah then. I think they're going to try to force. I think the first opportunity for Penn State is going to be a field goal. It just depends on who gets the ball first, too. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. Oh, this is hard to say. I'm going to say nah on this one. I think Auburn gets out to the lead first and gets on the board first.
3-0. Yeah, I'd go with that too.
I do think the first points of this game are going to be a field goal, one way or the other.
Shankopotamus, facts or nah? Auburn will not getting targeting call. This is reminiscent of the targeting call last year against Zacoby, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, gentlemen?
I don't know that there's a way that you can predict targeting, especially sometimes the way that it's been officiated. That's so hard to, like, there haven't been any close calls so far this season, but Zacoby, if I were to pick a guy from Auburn to get as a targeting call, it wouldn't have been Zacoby McClain last year, right? So I don't know how we can reasonably answer that, but yeah.
I think we got time for one last more here. Let's do this. Wesley Hilson, facts or not, AU special teams will be the difference in this game.
I haven't seen anything particularly impressive from the special teams other than, again, I know I'm on the train for this guy, other than Keontae Scott in the return game. I think he's dangerous. I do think that he is going to want to go out there and make a play. So maybe they kick it to him one time and he does something crazy. I'm not saying he's scoring, but maybe flips the field on a punt or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna go with nah on this one. I don't know that the special teams, it's always going to be important, but I don't know if it's a difference making thing in the game.
I'm gonna go.
But listen, close games, it's always going to come
I
down
think
to
I'm gonna go
special teams.
facts just
Yeah.
because it's a close game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think special teams has been kind of a non-factor because we haven't really needed it. So I'm definitely gonna go facts here. I don't know if it swings in our favor, but I think it will be a difference in this game. See, Frank?
I want to do this right. Nah. Nah.
That was perfect.
So here's the thing. James Franklin and the Penn State staff are absolutely dead serious about special teams. So they like I said, they go and find the best punter in the transfer portal a year before they need him. They emphasize it by hiring some of the better special teams coordinators that have go out in the country. So if there's going to be an advantage to be found in special teams, Penn State's going to try and get it first. So, kind of in the opposite of time of possession, they want field position, they want special teams. The one flaw has been the kicker. Like their punting, their coverage, they find gunners. They got one guy from the track team to come over for a year, and now he's in the NFL, Dan Chisena, as a gunner. They'll find any advantage on special teams. So I don't fact. You have to be an elite team with 5-star athletes on special teams returning kicks, really, to threaten what Penn State tries to do on that side of the ball.
That's it for another great edition of Facts or Not, sponsored by RogueShop.com. Visit RogueShop.com for all of your herbal supplement needs. And make sure to connect with us online at thewarreport.com for everything Auburn Sports related. You can catch us on social media. We are The War Report on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. TW Report on TikTok. Until the next time, and as always, it's War Eagle and War Report